General Manager, Mudbugs Hockey GM Scott Muscutt is here.
Got some text for Scott.
And we've been talking about you being integral in the city getting the Miss USA and Miss Teen USA pageants coming up. The Miss USA is what, May 21st?
21st, yeah.
21st? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Got text for Scott on the Shreveport Security Systems text line. Thank you, Scott, for being our #1 cheerleader. We are blessed to have you here. And then this one, Scott. You ready?
Sure.
I'll hit you with it. Scott for mayor.
Yeah.
You do sound like, I mean, you could lead this city. You could tell these whiners to go jump in the Red River and swim to Natchitoches.
Well, I do want to say I appreciate being included in helping to bring it here. I don't know if I was I know that I wasn't a front runner. It was just a matter of connecting with those folks, and yeah, I do believe that you have to love where you are, and you have to be able to, if you want other people to love it, you've got to love it, and I think that part of the battle here is to make sure that we are telling people that we have a great community here, and that there's a lot of upside to coming to Shreveport to do something like the Miss USA pageant and the Miss Teen USA pageant. Those are two fantastic events, and this is a fantastic place to have them.
Ticketing for the event, they're not ready yet with that, but Stacy said there's going to be like 5 events. I know you want to encourage people. Buy tickets, go out to these events, meet these girls, meet the organizers, and support this.
Yeah, you really, and not even just because we want you to buy tickets to come to this thing to support the city of Shreveport. These young ladies are great ambassadors of all kinds of different causes, and I think that there's just so much to learn from listening to someone. I hate to do this, but I never know how to talk without telling about a story. Curtis Lofton one time asked me to go out to a hunting thing out at his church. There was a guy going out there to talk about hunting. Well, I'm here to tell you, I am not interested in hunting. I love people who hunt can come and tell me stories, and I'll listen to them.
You bet.
Anyway, I went out to Curtis's church to listen to a guy talk about hunting and God. Right. And I'm thinking, what a combination this is. Right. And I'm also thinking, this is really not up my alley. God, I'll listen to anybody talk about God. But by the time I was done, I ended up staying for the entire event just because the man who was talking about it was very passionate about it. And by the time I was done, I was thinking, yeah, I believe you, man. I'm still not a hunter, but I believe you and I enjoy it. And to me, that's where we kind of want to jump on that boat. Before we can get other people excited about our city, we need to get excited about our city.
You've been an interesting point this past weekend at the Mudbugs game. There were all like your Champions Weekend and a whole bunch of former players. Yeah. And you made the point that a number of them have, in fact, the majority of the guys you had are still here. Yeah. They have jobs here. They work here. They're raising families here, etc. Yeah. You obviously are not a Shreveport guy by birth, and yet you are, as I say, now certainly one of the biggest, most positive voices for all of us in Shreveport-Bossier. Do you think it's to a great degree that the people who are the most negative about here are the ones who are from here?
It's possible that they are, and when you hear that kind of thing, you almost want to say to them, okay, so what's the real problem? So because in the end,
is your medication off? That's what I want to ask them.
Yeah, I was a little shocked, actually, when the announcement got released. I was a little shocked, but then it almost, like I said to you, it almost is comical, because you're not really mad because we're getting the Miss USA pageant, are you? You're not really mad about that. Yeah. But it's the same thing. In the end, the choices that you make you. And if you choose to be negative, don't wake up tomorrow wondering why you're angry. You're angry because that's how you went to bed. You're angry because that's how you choose to see things. And if you look at this event and say it's anything short of a phenomenal opportunity for the cities of Shreveport and Bossier to show basically the world. This is being broadcast across 40 countries, right? So we can sit back and waste all of this time leading up to this event whining about why we're the wrong place, or we come together right now and we do everything we can to make sure that everybody in the world sees this is the right place.
Yes.
And we have a fantastic partner in the Miss USA pageant. Like, if anybody is going to do what they can do to make us look as good as we can do, it's going to be them, but we have to do our part.
Are our chances of getting them to come back next year? I mean, we did 2 years in a row before.
Yeah.
We got a shot at maybe another year?
I don't know the answer to that, but I know this. No one in their right mind is going to do something different if they find tremendous success the year before. Right. So that's where the ball lay. It's in our court. It's up to us to make sure that when they sit down and say, where are we going next year with this thing? That the first thing they say is, why would we go anyplace else? Shreveport was awesome.
What can little old Aaron McCarty do to make sure they come back next year?
I think what we all do is we just rally behind this thing and we make sure that the spin that we put on this is, hey, yes, let's do it. Let's make sure we're cleaning up the area leading in. Let's make sure that everything that you can do, if it means that as you walk into the Mudbugs game, you see a pop can sitting there, pick it up. I'm going to. I'm going to. And if you don't believe that, you weren't at Pooch's on the pond when I was out there shoveling up dog crap off the ice, right?
Shoveling up the poop. Yeah.
We all just have to be prepared to do what we can to make sure this event is an absolute home run, and it will be. I really believe it will be.
I'm so excited. So good to have you in studio.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Come back
Mudbugs hockey
anytime.
Mudbugs hockey this weekend, by the way. 2 more games, Friday and Saturday, 7-11. Who's in town this weekend? Oh, no, Odessa was
Corpus Christi.
Corpus Christi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Mike Fisher, right? You know, he came to speak.
Yeah, from
to us.
Nashville.
Yeah. So he's back playing again. He came to Shreveport, got the bug, and got back in the NHL. Got all excited being in Shreveport again, right? These aren't things we beat our chest about, and we should.
You bet.
You know? So Fish is back playing. He sent us 200 Catchin' Deers is the name of his other company that he has.
Oh, cool.
And so he sent us 200 hats to hand away for Sportsman's Paradise this weekend.
We really need to beat our chests more and climb for the bananas.
I agreed. That
Thank
needs
you,
to be the
Scott.
call. Climb for the bananas.